Welcome back to Master 79. Today we are going to master two of the most useful short answers in everyday English. I think so, and I hope so. By the end of this lesson you will know exactly which verbs can take the little word so, how to make the negative correctly, and the 6 mistakes that learners repeat again and again. One quick note before we begin. All the names, dialogues and examples in this lesson are invented for teaching purposes. Here is the plan. First, what the little word so is really doing in these answers. Then 10 verbs that can take it. Then the 2 different ways to make the negative, because English does not use just one. We will look closely at I am afraid so and I am afraid not, which are your polite tools for bad news. Then 6 common mistakes. And we finish with dialogues, practice questions, and full answers. Let us start with the core idea. Imagine somebody asks you this.
Is it going to rain tomorrow?
And you answer, I think so. Now look carefully at what just happened. The word so is doing an enormous amount of work. I think so means I think it is going to rain tomorrow. So is standing in for that entire clause. It is a replacement for a whole idea, not for a single word. Once you see that, everything else in this lesson makes sense. Why does this matter so much? Because natural English hates repetition. Somebody asks you,
Do you think Mai will pass the exam?
You could answer, yes, I think Mai will pass the exam. That is not grammatically wrong, but it sounds heavy, slow, and like a textbook. A fluent speaker simply says, I think so, 2 words instead of 7. This one habit will make your speaking sound noticeably more natural. Here is the family of verbs you need. Think, believe, suppose, guess, expect, hope, imagine, be afraid, same, and say or tell, as in the famous phrase, I told you so. Notice what they have in common. Every one of them introduces an opinion, a feeling, or a report. That is exactly the kind of idea that the word so can replace. Verbs of pure fact, like no, do not work this way, and we will come back to that. These answers are not interchangeable. They sit on a scale. I believe so is fairly sure, and a little more formal or careful. I think so is your everyday default. It means probably yes, but I am not certain. Then we drop down. I suppose so is a reluctant yes. You are agreeing but without any enthusiasm at all. If a friend asks, do you want to come? And you reply, I suppose so, they will hear that hesitation immediately. I guess so carries the same reluctant feeling and is more common in American English. The second group is about feeling and evidence. I hope so means I want it to be true. I am afraid so means yes, it is true, and I am sorry about it. That is your polite tool for bad news. I expect so means probably yes based on what usually happens. And it seems so means the evidence points that way. Notice that I am afraid here has nothing to do with fear. Nobody is frightened. It is simply a soft apology attached to the answer. Now the part that causes most of the trouble. To make these answers negative, English does not use one pattern. It uses 2. Pattern puts the negative on the verb and keeps so. I do not think so. I do not believe so. I do not suppose so. Pattern B keeps the verb positive and replaces so with not. I hope not. I am afraid not. I guess not. And here is the key point. You do not choose freely. The verb decides which pattern you are allowed to use. Let us take pattern on its own. I do not think so. I do not believe so. I do not suppose so. I do not expect so. I do not imagine so. In every case, the negative sits on the verb, and the word so itself never changes. In speech, we almost always contract it. Don't think so. Don't believe so. That contraction is not lazy English. It is the normal, expected form. Now pattern B. I hope not. I am afraid not. I guess not. I suppose not. I would say not. Look at what not is doing. It replaces the entire negative idea in exactly the same way that so replaced the entire positive one. If somebody asks, will it rain? And you answer, I hope not, you mean I hope it will not rain. One small word carries the whole clause. So here is the rule in one slide. Think, believe, expect, and imagine normally take pattern A. I do not think so. Hope and be afraid take pattern B only. I hope not. I am afraid not. Suppose and guess are flexible. Both patterns are correct with them. If you learn only one line from this lesson, learn the middle one. Hope and be afraid never use pattern A. There is no such sentence as I do not hope so. Let us hear the bad news pair in action.
Is the museum closed on Mondays?
I'm afraid so.
Is there any coffee left?
I'm afraid not. Both answers deliver disappointing news, but notice the difference. Use so when the bad news is yes, it is closed. Use not when the bad news is no, there is none left. The phrase I am afraid simply wraps the answer in a soft apology, which is why it is so common in shops, offices, and customer service. The hope pair works the same way, but with your wishes rather than with news.
Do you think it will sell at the weekend?
I hope so.
Will the meeting be long?
I hope not. I hope so means I want that to happen. I hope not means I want that not to happen. And once more, because it is the most common error of all, there is no I do not hope so in natural English. The negative of I hope so is I hope not. One more warning, not every verb joins this club. Verbs of certainty refuse the word so. We do not say, I know so. We say, I know, or I know it. We do not say, I am sure so. We say, I am sure, or I am sure of it. The same goes for I am certain. And a small note on style. The phrase I think not does exist, but it sounds formal and rather old-fashioned. The kind of thing a character says in a period drama. In normal speech use I do not think so. Here are the 6 mistakes, all in one place. Number 1. I think yes. English does not use yes here. Say, I think so. Number 2. I do not hope so. Say, I hope not. Number 3. I hope so not. The word order is impossible. Say, I hope not. Number 4. I am not afraid so. Say, I am afraid not. Number 5. I think it. The pronoun it cannot replace a whole clause here. Say, I think so. Number 6. I so think. So always comes after the verb, never before it. Say, I think so. Pause the video here if you need to. These 6 lines are worth copying into your notebook. Pronunciation matters here more than you might expect. First, say the whole answer as one smooth unit, not as 3 separate words. Second, the stress falls on the verb. I think so. I hope so. Third, the word so is short and unstressed. Never stretch it. And fourth, the tone carries the emotion. A bright, rising tone on I hope so shows enthusiasm. A gentle, falling tone on I am afraid so shows sympathy. Same words, completely different effect. Let us put it all together in a short conversation. Trang and Hume are invented characters created for this lesson.
Is Lynn coming to the party?
I think so. She said she'd try.
Do we need to book a table?
I don't think so. It's usually quiet.
Will it be expensive?
I hope not. 3 questions, 3 short answers, and not a single repeated clause. That is what fluent English sounds like. Your turn. 5 gaps. Pause the video and say each answer out loud before you continue. 1. Is the shop open? I am afraid blank. The shop is closed. 2. Will you come with us? I blank so. I need to check. 3. Is that really the last bus? I blank not. 4. Did he forget my birthday again? Yes. I am afraid blank. 5. Excuse me, is the seat taken? I blank think so, sorry. Pause now. Here are the answers. 1. I am afraid not. The bad news is no, so we use not. 2. I think so. Probably yes, but not certain. 3. I hope not. Hope is a pattern B verb, so never I do not hope so. 4. I am afraid so. This time the bad news is yes, so we use so. 5. I do not think so. Think is a pattern of verb, so the negative goes on the verb. If you got 4 or 5 correct, you have understood the system. If not, go back to the slide with the 3 rules. Let us recap everything in 6 lines. 1. So replaces a whole clause, so you never have to repeat it. 2. Pattern puts the negative on the verb. I do not think so. 3. Pattern B replaces so with not. I hope not. I am afraid not. 4. Hope and be afraid use pattern B only. 5. I am afraid so and I am afraid not are your polite tools for bad news. And 6. Never say I think yes, I do not hope so, or I know so. That is the whole system. Before you go, here is a small challenge. Write 1 sentence in the comments using I hope not about something in your own life this week. I read them. If this lesson helped you, subscribe to BMaster79 for more English and IELTS lessons, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.